Hey, you came back. Great. I gotta be honest, I didn't know if you would or not. If you'd had enough, you were ready to hang it up, ready to hang me, okay? But you came back, and thank you for doing that. I promise this is not going to be too much of a technical deep dive. Other thing, you'll find out real quickly, I'm not an artist. All right, I don't even play one on TV. So as I start drawing some of this stuff, it's going to be very crude, very rudimentary. But you've got folks at AOS that can help you in your world, in your particular infrastructure, in your business or your organization, implement some of the things that we're about to talk about here. Okay? So, at the core of my infrastructure, the thing you don't see in the wall, besides the wireless access points that are Cisco, that are driving that laptop connectivity and that iPad connectivity a minute ago, besides the switchgear, okay, that is also Cisco, that's providing the power over Ethernet for my phone and for this device up here. Besides those, there is a brain, as it were, at the core that's making all this stuff happen. Cisco Unified Communications Manager. Now, whether it is the room system with the dual camera that we talked about a moment ago, or this device up here, maybe it's my laptop and a piece of software running on it. Maybe it's here we go. I told you guys I couldn't draw. Maybe it's the phone on my desk with the camera that we looked at. Could be the iPad with a piece of software running on it. How about the recording device that we've been connecting to make these recordings that I demonstrated for you earlier? I don't care what it is, they are all communicating right here. Cisco Unified Communications Manager is my major traffic director, right? So it's allowing all of these things to know where to go, both internal to my network, and as an extension of that, there's a function that allows it to go externally from my network. So here in the office, I'm 409 at HOWEschools.org. Now, how did that little thing make itself manifest during this process? Well, one of the things that happened was I got an email at that address while we've been together. That email came in. It said, you got a recording that's done. All right, there's one way. But another way is, you saw me click a link inside the learning management system. You remember it grabbed the camera, and then I hit the call, and I started answering on all these devices? That little link, that little call button on that link, pointed directly to 409 at howschools.org. That means that I could have answered it here on this iPad, here on this phone, the software on my laptop, or even the room-based system. All of those devices are communicating with each other and providing easily accessible opportunities to reach me for external folks. Click in the link, okay? Now, part of the power of this also is that since it can go internal and external, you may have some cloud-based resources. Cloud-based resources, Lance, what do you mean? I'm thinking about things like WebEx, all right? You may decide that I've got 500 or 600 folks that need to be a part of this. And those 500 or 600 folks, I want to be able to have some limited visual and voice engagement. Now, anytime you get 500 or 600 folks together, by definition, it's going to be limited. You may decide you want 20 or 30 and you want a little more, shall we say, immersive, for lack of a better way to say it, conversation, but you need them to join on their laptops. You may have folks that are joining via some horrific last mile connection like the one at my house, and they need to be able to join via audio independently of the voice over IP. That's the power that WebEx brings. So now, because of Communications Manager, any of these devices can get right on out here to that WebEx cloud and can reach the folks on the other end who are joining from their laptop, from their smartphone, from their landline via audio only as a part of this process. Now, there may be another cloud experience for folks, and it may be that streaming connection. All right? How does that stream and recording happening? Well, obviously the recording device is married to the Communications Manager. So when somebody calls into that recording device, the Communications Manager routes it. But this guy has the ability to say, yeah, what would you like me to broadcast this to? You may be a shop that's already using Wowza Media Streaming Server. Great. Back in the day, you might have used Darwin or QuickTime. Great. We'll work with that. The example that you saw from me a minute ago is to our VBrick partnership and relationship. And that VBrick partnership allowed that stream to be live as well as on demand. In fact, that portal, I don't know if you were looking at it real close or not, but when I brought that up a minute ago and Diane's video was there, it said VBrick up in the upper corner. Why? because that's the Cisco partnership for providing that last mile accessibility to the end user. It's HTML5, right? It's going to play on whatever device they've got. It allows those end users to be able to engage with comments, with chat, with messaging back and forth, with ratings like you saw a minute ago. And it's helping keep track of some of those analytics as to who's watching it and how long they're watching it. So I know this is a discombobulated jumble on my, my smartboard here, and I hope it makes some sense. What I would encourage you to do is reach out to Greg. He's the guy that sent you that video in the first place, or somebody else from AOS, and ask them to help you navigate what this might look like for your organization. Because if you're really willing to take this next step, to examine rocking what you've got and how you use those tools, and then you're really willing to think about, how do I deliver this today, and start to break apart your instructional process, guys, the sky is the limit. Even in rural southeast Oklahoma, we can do this. So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt in your organization, in your community, you have the capability. I am LANFORD at Cisco.com. That is my Cisco address. That's my email. It's my voicemail. It's my phone. And it is my cell phone number, basically. So if I can help you in any way, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks again so much for your time and watching these videos. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.